Hi everybody, Hal Weeks for Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm going to do a quick one-off video here about how you can fake major 7th chords and how you can fake minor 7th chords. We don't have these chords on our Autoharp. The 7ths that we have are called dominant 7ths, like C7, that's a dominant 7th, but C major 7, how are you going to do that if you don't have it? Well, usually we just have to leave them out and just play C major, and that works. But it is possible to fake out your listener's ear a little bit, and it's highly dependent on the song. It may not work. I was just playing the beginning of Imagine right there, and I was going C, E minor, F. And that's the secret right there. And you can push it to the extreme. You see, a C major 7, and I've got a piano right behind me here, so I'm going to flip around sideways and play the chord for you on the piano so you can hear what it sounds like. C major is a C chord on the bottom, but then it adds another note on the top there, and that's the major 7 up from the root. But the top 3 notes of that 4-note chord, this one, is an E minor. So you've got a C major with an E minor stacked on top of it. The C major has an E and a G in it, and the E minor also has an E and a G in it. And so you combine them, and you get a C major 7. Now, we can't play that whole stack of 4 notes on a standard Autoharp. So by playing one right after the other, and preferably going back and forth, even very fast, if the song will allow that, you'll get the illusion of a C major 7 chord. Now, that's not Imagine, obviously, but if you have a song that calls for those and you've got some kind of rhythm jumping back and forth, if you start subbing back and forth. Now, what are the chords for all the other chords? Here's the really cool thing. The minors are all going to be in the same place relative to their majors. In this case, it's the minor that is a third up, like C major, E minor, D major, F sharp minor. Okay, so it's the on the third of the chord is the root. The third of the major chord is the root of the minor that we're looking for, and those are always going to be in the same position. On a Brian Bowers layout, it's like this one and this one, or this one and this one, and this one and this one. So you don't even have to know the name of the second chord that makes it sound like a major 7th. You just have to know where it is, and then it's always going to be in that same place regardless of the major chord you play. Let me exemplify that for you. So, I'm going to leave it up to you to experiment. If you have any songs that call for major 7ths, that's one way you can fake it. If there's 2 people playing, one of you can play a C major, the other person can play an E minor, and folks will hear a major 7th. So that's how you do the major 7ths. The minor 7ths, you have to play the minor and the relative major. So on my harp, that's this one and this one. If you've got an Oscar Schmidt Autoharp and it's in Oscar Schmidt layout, the factory layout that comes out, your minors are all sort of scrunched down to one end, and they have nothing to do in their placement with where they are relative to the majors. And that's one reason that we reorganize our chord bars into these unified arrangements, so it's the same overlapping of chords from key to key to key. And I'm going to do a video about that coming up here. So that's how you fake major and minor sevenths on a standard chromatic Autoharp that doesn't have them. Thanks for watching. I'm Hal Weeks. We'll see you next time.